everyone, we are taking a look at a Cold Flame Mountain in adventure mode. For those who struggled with the Jade Dungeon, I think that this one will be much easier for you. All three bosses seem very doable. There are some mechanics you might need to watch out for. First of all, we're going to jump over the cliff and down towards the first boss. Go ahead and clear out the mobs to the first boss, and we'll go ahead and get started. Now for this boss, there is a knockback effect, and I haven't tried Iron Will with it yet, but I suspect that if you have to deal with this knockback effect, an Iron Will help you. I can't really predict where the boss is going. I tried to pull him back towards the wall, hoping that he would go for, maybe that corner first, but he kind of jumps all over. So here there's just an AoE effect. Dodge the yellow area, and you should be good with that. Now you can see the boss jumps over to the side here, and then he pushes you back. He does these waves. It doesn't seem to do a whole lot of damage. It just keeps you from being close to the boss. So ranged casters will probably have an advantage here for that, but it doesn't last too long. So just go ahead and move back from that. Afterwards, there'll be these yellow circles. Just avoid them because they turn into these fire-like puddles. If you're really slow on DPS, this might be a problem. You might need to kind of stand off to one side to keep the fire puddles kind of grouped together around the room. But since our DPS was pretty good with this, we didn't have to worry about the whole floor getting filled up with fire puddles. But it might help if you kind of, work your way around the room with where the DPS stands to avoid some of these puddles. Now, again, I was trying to pull him into the corner. There's this triangle AoE again. I was trying to pull him into the corner, hoping that he would jump towards me so that the knockback I would be next to the wall, but it's kind of unpredictable, I think, is where he goes. So just be aware that once he jumps across the room, he's going to push you back. Watch for these puddles. You might want to stand where there's a wall behind you instead of a puddle right behind you, so you don't get pushed into these puddles. And for the first boss, that's all I saw as far as the mechs go. Now, moving on, we're going to clear some of the mobs to the second boss. Alright, moving on to the second boss. I love it when people say hello in dungeons. I think it's so much fun. One of the guys here said hello. Alright, so for this next boss, go ahead and just DPS him for a little bit. There are some ads that you have to watch for, and a couple little mechs. So first off, we get these kind of orange circles around you. I think it's just one person. This will drop the fire puddle, so kind of move out of the way of that. Shouldn't be a huge issue. You actually will need to go into the fire puddle at one point later on. I'm sure we'll see that mech in a second. Here we have an ad. Just make sure to switch to the ad and kill the ad. He's kind of running around and I didn't notice him at first, so here I just went ahead and grabbed him, and you should be able to kill him pretty quickly. Alright, so next we're just going to continue to DPS this boss. And then you'll see that somebody else got a circle around them for another fire. So here we've got these balls. I'm not really sure what to do with them. I walked into the ice ball, but if you walk into the fireball afterwards, it will kill you. I did do that earlier, and it didn't work very well. I got killed instantly, which means that probably most people will die if they take two. Alright, next we're going to get another one of these circles around us, and that just, again, move away from the group a little bit. Up next, I'm going to get a buff in the center of my screen where I need to go into the fire puddle to remove it. So here's the message here, touch the lava to remove the freezing frost, and you can see the buff in the center of my screen right there. It disappears quickly because I run right into the puddle, and then it's gone. So make sure if you see that message to go into the puddle just like you would in the Soul last boss. Alright, so here we're going to move away from the balls again. I have the message to stay away from the blue because I think I got the blue message because I went into the ice ball. So I was going to try to go into the fire there, but it disappeared too fast. So, okay. Anyway, moving on to the third boss. Just kind of make sure to watch out for that if you need to go into the fire puddle message, and don't hit the two orbs for that for second boss, and you should be fine. Alright, for boss number 3, we probably should have cleared all of the mobs because here we do end up getting them, and it might be a little bit of a problem for some groups. But instead we just pulled the boss and I moved it away. You can leave the ones in the background, just be careful of them if you really need to. but it's probably better to remove them. So there's a few mechanics here. First off, you're going to get this red message over your head. In the center of the screen, you'll see this buff, and when you have the red text in the buff, you do not want to move. Just like some of the other dungeons we've seen, if you move around, you take more damage, and you can see the health of the group really dropping because they didn't realize that we had to stop moving. Next, we have a sunburn thing where we're supposed to stay away from others. I think that we see that mech later on because I didn't really see much here, but just kind of avoid people. We next have these ads walking towards the boss. Switch to the ads and kill them. Then again, I get this same red message over my head where we have to stop moving. The more you move, the more damage you take, and you have a chance of killing yourself. So just be careful. Next is Death Gaze. If you have Death Gaze, just move away from everybody. We had somebody move all the way to the back. I'm not sure if it's a bomb that goes off and kills everyone because it is in other dungeons, but just move away from other people. Okay, now again, we have this soul burn. Stay away from others. Again, I don't see anything huge with this, but just be careful. I think this guy here is moving to the back. You can see him kind of moving back, and that might be that. So here's to switch the target again to kill the little guys. So kill them quickly, and again, then we're going to get these circles around us. For me, I got this kind of directional AoE, just move out of that, and I only saw that once, so just kind of watch out for that. After that, we're just going to continue to DPS the boss. That's pretty much most of the fight. Here again, we're going to get the message to stay away from others. I think that the purple circles that just went off was this bomb that went off in the center. It didn't seem to do too much damage, so I think that we're okay with that. But then you've got these ads again, and then the red text. Again, red text, don't move. We've got this buff, and we're trying to avoid moving as much as possible so we don't take additional stacks. Now the gaze, now you can see the nice red text above this guy's head, and he's going to move out with the gaze so that he doesn't end up having that bomb go off at everybody. So here I think he did the right thing to move away from everybody, but we hadn't cleared those mobs, so I just ran over and got those really quick so they wouldn't continue to hit our DPS. We have those ads here that, again, not the ones in the middle, but the ones that walk towards the boss, so just kill those quickly. You've got these yellow circles, so stay away from your teammates and avoid that rectangle AoE that was on the floor. So next, again, we've got we should get the stay away from everybody a little bit message. And then we're going to get these ads yet again. And I mean, that's pretty much it for the fight. I'm not going to, I'll go over everything, but you've got the mechanics, the basics here. So again, don't move. We've got this red text message over your head. We don't want to get stacks. Followed by Death Gaze, so the player with a big paragraph over their head would move back away from the group. And that's it. So hopefully this shows you at least the mechanics and how to go about doing them. And you're watching VTO 40, and this is VTO Girl, and thank you for watching.